Hey, it's Manu.
And Stu.
We're 22 Sound in Mandeville, Louisiana. It's a big day for us. The RSD Black Friday list just came out.
Woo!
Yay! We've been waiting for it. Anyway, we figured we'll take a look at it as we go along here on this video and just kind of highlight what we think are the most noteworthy releases.
Yep, so there's some big names that jump out to us. We'll kind of go over those, but the list is so long, we can't really get into every release. We'd be here for an hour or two.
Yeah, we're not going to bore you with just reading a list for you.
Right. And if you're not familiar with what Record Store Day Black Friday is, I'm sure there'll be a few more videos coming from us before the big day gets here. So just keep checking in, like and subscribe our stuff, and we'll keep you up to date.
Absolutely.
Fill you in.
All right, the whole list, by the way, is on recordstoreday.com. Of course, if you want to see all of it. And yeah, so let's see what we think the highlights are. Going through it in alphabetical order.
You got an America release.
Yeah.
It's like an RSD first release. Appleseed Cast. Beck.
Yeah, Beck. That is kind of interesting. It's on 3-inch vinyl.
Okay.
So full disclosure, I kind of looked at the list earlier today a little bit.
I haven't, so this is a
Stu, it's brand new.
full reaction for me. Yeah.
So there are a few more of those 3-inch releases. I guess they're pushing that RSD 3 mini turntable, whatever
That they put out a couple record store days ago. Yeah. Yep.
So that's still a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, we get some pretty big soundtracks. I would say soundtracks usually do pretty well, especially kind of like, I don't know, comic, horror, that kind of stuff, I guess. Tends to appeal to people that like collecting stuff.
So here's a TerraVision Waxwork, so that's cool.
Yeah, Waxwork with Mimic, Watchmen. So yeah, several pretty big soundtracks.
Tony Bennett and Lady Gaga. Frank Black from the Pixies and the Catholics. You got Black Label Society, a reissue of Scullage.
Yeah, so that's
just kind of like their best of. All right.
Which is pretty cool.
David Bowie. We've always got to get a David Bowie release.
It wouldn't be Record Store Day without a David Bowie release, which is it's kind of like an outtake of the Next Day sessions, apparently.
Eric Burden and more. Excuse me.
Yeah, that's a kind of a little box set, 4 LPs.
4 LPs, yeah, that's a big one. Devo, Harry Chapin, Cheech and Chong, Christmas 7. Santa Claus and his old lady. So.
That's a pretty interesting one here.
I haven't seen that since the 70s. All right.
Then we have more David Bowie
with Bing Crosby.
Bing Crosby, and that I thought was interesting, very creative. It's on Candy Cane's World. Vinyl.
Yeah, and it looks like it's on 12-inch. We see the 7-inches come through the store every now and then, but this looks like a 12-inch version, so very cool.
The Cure has a 30th anniversary of Wish, which was already announced as a regular release, but this is a picture disc.
Mixed feelings about picture discs.
And with mixed, I mean negative.
Right. They don't sound as terrible as they did back in the day, but they're still not the best, and there's... they're a tough sell.
They really are. I kind of wish they would stop with all the picture discs, to be honest.
It's a bit much,
And really, sometimes I think if they would put it in a regular sleeve, then maybe, I don't know.
Like that's
maybe that's just me. I hate that cutout sleeve thing. I don't know. It's just personal preference, I guess.
And they're a tough sell, but again, they don't sound as terrible as they did back in the day, but just like to see a little bit less of them. Clogging up the plants.
It's like kind of like when they don't know what to do, like, oh, let's just do a picture of this.
Right, yeah. And we got Scarface and MF Doom.
Yeah, with 3 different releases. Those are all
on 3-inch.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Dead Milkmen.
Dead Milkmen, okay. I think that's their new record, Metaphysical Graffiti. So this will be an RSD first for sure. Oh, wait.
What was that?
The first vinyl reissue. So it is a reissue.
Okay.
Of their classic album, my bad.
Cool.
All right.
The Doors, that's a pretty big one. It's a kind of a compilation of bluesy live recordings. Pretty cool cover. The cover is actually, the artwork was done by Robbie Krieger.
All right. 10,000.
That's pretty cool.
I'd be impressed with that. We'll try to get as many as possible.
Then Dream Widow. I think that's a pretty cool release. I was kind of I remember that was kind of around the time of Record Store Day in April that it happened, and then also it coincided with Taylor Hawkins' death.
Died. Yeah, so that
it was kind of a weird timing. Of course, nobody could know that, but
yeah. In case you aren't familiar, this is the metal Foo Fighters album, and it kind of came out like you said at the same time that Taylor died, so it pretty much got shelved. Wasn't sure if we were ever going to see a vinyl pressing of this, so it's cool that it's actually going to exist.
Yeah, and I think this is kind of like the perfect type of release for Record Store Day and Black Friday. Did you watch the movie?
I have not yet.
Me neither, actually.
I'm interested in it.
Yeah.
The whole Taylor Hawkins thing.
Yeah, it was just kind of
really
weird when that happened. Yeah, so it's like you didn't want to watch a silly horror movie
about him getting killed.
Yeah, that was really kind of odd.
Yeah,
so I don't know, maybe as time passes.
Very crappy how that worked out for him, but hey, at least it was a neat little project, and it'll finally see the light of day. So that's cool.
That's cool. Then Duran Duran, Live at Hammersmith. That was like their heyday.
Yep.
Billie Eilish might be a pretty big title. There's a reissue of Happier Than Ever. It's on recycled vinyl.
Okay. But a foil cover.
Why can't? Yeah, something like that. Why can't we do that? Everything. Save the world. Fountains of Wayne. I would say that's one for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
RSD first reissue. All right, and let's see.
We have more
2 Fleetwood Mac releases. Actually, one's an LP box set, one's a CD box set.
Jerry Garcia Band has a picture. Not a picture. Box set.
Box set. 5 LPs, so that's a monster. Okay.
Ace Frehley, that is a dreaded picture. This. I'm sorry, I should stop being so negative about that.
Picture this is perfectly fine.
Yeah, great. But it does come with a Christmas card from Ace Frehley. I would love to get a Christmas card from Ace Frehley. So I'm going to have to buy one.
Kiss collectors, take note of that one. All right, so now what do we have?
GBH, that's pretty cool. City Baby, Attacked by Rats.
All right.
Then A Ghost, that is their album, came out earlier this year, comes out on
Picture Disc.
Of course.
A Goldfinger reissue of Hello Destiny. Kind of a guilty pleasure of mine. So, ska pop punk. All right. That wasn't their best period, but it's nice to see it reissued because I don't think it ever came out on vinyl before. I could be wrong.
I remember seeing them at my very first music festival that I was allowed to go to by myself. Thanks, Mom.
Grateful Dead, another 5 LP giant box from the Grateful Dead.
Gun Club, with their yearly records that they release.
Headcat, I think that's Lemmy's rockabilly band, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, with, sorry, the guy from Stray Cats, I can't think of the name, but anyway, yeah, it's a live album. That was actually kind of a cool project.
Got the Heartbreakers, the LAMF demo sessions, that's pretty cool. Jimi Hendrix, Burning Desire.
It was kind of like an outtakes, studio, demo type collection as well.
Etta James, Etta is Better Than Ever. Jay
Dilla with some instrumentals. So that's, I think, kind of like a compilation of beats he was working on that never materialized to actual songs.
Okay.
But I think probably a pretty cool collector's item.
Jefferson Airplane, live at Monterey International Pop Festival. It was a big deal. I'm sure there's been bootleg versions of that floating around for a while, but now you can get a legit pressing.
The Jesus Lizard, that might be a pretty sought after one I could imagine.
Yep. Janis Joplin,
with like right before she joined Big Brother and the holding company. So a nice little moment in time there.
And it looks like Omnivore Recordings is putting it out, and they do super nice archival looking issues of records. So that one would be pretty nice.
Kitty, that was a really big seller at, regular, quote-unquote, Record Store Day earlier this year when they released the first, or reissued the first album. This, I think, is the second album, but also
red vinyl. Okay.
Probably the first time on vinyl, or if it wasn't, then I'm guessing was very small quantity.
So we'll get a few of those for sure.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
The other one sold out quickly.
Around here, yeah.
Kid and Play, we haven't seen that in a while. Let's see, Gladys Knight and the Pips.
Madonna, what's Madonna doing? It is the 40th anniversary of her debut single.
It's a 12-inch vinyl.
Yeah, Madonna is still. I
Masked
was
Intruder.
shocked what she looked like the other day. She's like, I mean, actually shocked how young she looks.
Right.
But apparently, she has a new boyfriend that's 40 years younger than her. It's younger.
Good
He's
for
younger
her.
than her daughter.
Good for her. Not passing judgment. not
No,
passing judgment.
no. I'm thinking she's doing pretty well.
So this Masked Intruder hasn't been out that long. What's so special about this one? Let's see. It's a 10-year anniversary with special edition.
It's on Superior Red Scare Wax.
Red Scare Wax. Okay. It's a totally fun record. I think this was their debut album. If you're not familiar with Masked Intruder, check them out. Ramones style pop punk. That's all about like breaking and entering.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
Pretty fun stuff. Charles Mingus, Missing Persons, Mr. Big.
Mr. Big, that's a debut record.
The first
reissued.
album. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Mr. Big albums, the originals are pretty hard to come by, so it looks like they're repressing them. We got the other one last Record Store Day. So.
Yeah, exactly. That's it.
All right, let's see. Thelonious Monk.
The Monkees.
More
One
of
of
the
Stu's
Monkees.
favorite.
Yep. 55th anniversary repressing. It's on Friday Music. All right.
Cool.
I was hoping it was Run Out Groove because the one they did earlier with Run Out Groove was really great. Alanis Morissette, Such Pretty Forks in the Road. That was a recent album as well.
Yeah, so I guess that's probably on some sort of color.
Different color version of it. Or the first release.
Then Motley Crue.
Motley
Always
Crue.
excited to see anything Motley Crue. So this is the Girls, Girls, Girls tour EP. Like I said, I already glanced at the list earlier, so I had to check that out. So I thought it was kind of cool. It was basically like a tour primer for the UK tour.
Yeah, we used to see a lot of that back in the day. So.
And so they're kind of, I guess, redoing that in the way that it came out at the time. So it's a little EP.
10-inch.
The tour was canceled. I wonder why. Anyway, but it's You're All I Need, Girls, 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 Home Sweet Home, Looks Like Kill. By the way,
smattering of their best stuff from earlier records.
I think You're All I Need is the best ballad they ever did.
Yep. Let's see. Motorhead.
Motorhead.
Got, the Lost Tapes. So this is the third installment of this Lost Tape series they've been doing for Record Store Day.
Yeah, so I guess that's kind of a continuous thing.
Yeah.
I mean, every time when you look at those set lists, they're always amazing.
and it's
that's
from-
on the We Are Motorhead tour.
And it's
in
from the
2000.
later era Motorhead. Everybody loves the classic era, but this is the sort of the Mickey D era of Motorhead, so this is cool.
Which is just as great. And the set list is kind of a mix of older and, well, you can't say new stuff. I mean, that's 20 years ago too, but you know what I mean.
Now, what do we have? A My Little Pony RSD?
My Little Pony, oh my
Okay.
God. I really hope that I don't have to watch this stuff ever. I have a 2-year-old, he has a 4-year-old.
down
And
there.
luckily they're into cooler stuff.
Yeah, I don't think either one of them, it's doubtful they'll be a brony.
I'd much rather watch Cars for the 500th time.
And I'm cool with the Transformers.
My Morning Jacket, a Christmas
This
EP.
is a cassette, so.
Oh, it's a cassette. Okay, didn't realize that. Yeah, cassettes. Got that too.
Nashville Pussy, Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson. That was kind of interesting too. Apparently, it was the first time we went to Japan in 1984, and apparently, I think it was, it was recorded for broadcast and then released on Laserdisc, but it was never released just the audio on any kind of format. So that's a kind of a special thing. Okay. Then we have Olivia Newton-Chan.
Another picture disc, of course.
Oh man, is it? Okay, physical.
2,500 copies. You got Nico, live at the Library Theater, 1983. Ted Nugent.
Ted Nugent.
Yep.
Spirit of the Wild.
Old 97s.
They're playing Johnny Cash songs.
Very cool.
All right. This is kind of interesting. This Otto, that's actually Rob Trujillo's of Metallica's son.
Oh, yeah.
Also, apparently he played guitar on
The Stranger Things.
Yeah, I didn't even know that.
Okay, so a little Stranger Things tie in there.
Yeah.
All right, what else? Let's see.
It's pretty big.
Papa Roach, Ego Trip.
Yeah, and I think
And
that's a
RSD
new
first.
album.
Okay.
Like I don't know if it already had a vinyl release. Or probably on a different color now, I guess.
Jaco
This
Pastorius, 3
I could
LP.
see that this being kind of a big deal.
Yep. 3 LP box from Jaco.
What is Iggy
Oscar
Pop?
Peterson Trio. It's another big jazz release.
Life in
1971.
Zurich,
Yeah, there you go.
Switzerland. Iggy Pop.
Iggy Pop. 4,000 quantity, RSD exclusive release.
All right.
New cover art, a new poster, and never released bonus track.
Special stuff. All right, the
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, yeah, that's the other album they're releasing this year. I forgot when exactly it's going to come out, but...
so this is another Chili Pepper, new Chili Pepper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, but here they put on the website, I guess they're going to have to change
old cover.
That's the cover of Unlimited Love. But anyway, yeah, new Chili Peppers album, and I guess this is going to be kind of the 15th version of it, like they did with the first one. They had so many different versions, but it's like the deluxe with a poster and all kinds of stuff. All right.
Let's see, Rival Schools, okay. United by Fate Deluxe Edition. So this was Walter from Quicksand and Gorilla Biscuits project from the early 2000s.
All right,
super solid record. Let's see what this is.
So 10 extra bonus tracks.
Only 700 pressed, and it's a regional focus release. So I'm hoping we can get one because I want to take one home.
Yeah, I guess we'll see if we can.
We can try to get that. Smokey Robinson, Rockabye Baby. Let's see. A Blink 182. Lullaby versions of Blink 182 songs.
Didn't you play that for your son when he was first?
I played him the Tom Petty one.
Okay.
And I think I had the Smiths. They did
yeah, we had the Smiths. Yeah, I remember that.
Let's see.
Run the Jewels. That might be pretty big. Well, that's a CD release, actually. Okay, interesting. A reimagining of the album 4, or Run the Jewels 4.
Yep. Todd Rundgren, RZA. Let's see.
Shadows Fall.
Shadows Fall. The
That's
Active
actually,
Balance.
I actually kind of like that album. That was I didn't like everything of that era. That new wave of American heavy metal, as they tagged it at the time. But I thought this was a really solid album. Some cool, like kind of Metallica-ish riffing.
Silverstein. This was early 2000-ish, early screamo emo punk band.
So this is
newly
comes with a
remastered.
7-inch on top of it, I think, with a single on top. Okay.
Let's see, Slaughterhouse.
Smash
Mouth.
I haven't heard it. Smash Mouth in a long time.
Yeah, this was the Platinum 119.
Oh, so that was their debut record.
This is definitely a reissue. Based on a recent live video I've seen of the singer, I don't think he's capable of recording any of the music. It's definitely a reissue. Dee Snider and Lizzie Hale.
Yeah, with a Christmas. What is it? Christmas single, 10 inch.
Really, yeah, he's milking that whole Christmas Twisted Sisters. Yeah, they have a popular Twisted Sister Christmas album that's floating out there.
Yeah, Dee Snider. I mean, he's a good businessman.
Soul Coughing, Lost in Space.
Snoop Dogg, what's Snoop Dogg doing? That's his 2016 album, so I guess it's just on a different color, I'm guessing.
Gotcha. We got Rick Springfield, Jesse's Girl. So I guess it's a 12-inch single.
Yeah.
Reissue.
All right, 40th anniversary, 40 years old.
It's not that hard to find. Do we really need a repress? I'm not judging. Let's see.
Then we have a bunch of Ringo Starr stuff.
Ringo Starr stuff on Friday Music.
Steeler. All right.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. I'm excited about it. Yngwie Malmsteen's like introduction, I guess, to the world, kind of.
Yeah, a few years ago, you used to be able to find these on the shelves pretty much everywhere, but it's getting a little harder these days, so good to see a repressing. Joe Strummer, The Supremes.
Joe Strummer, that was an in-store, I think. Yep.
Okay.
Music Millennium. That's pretty cool. I mean, can we have fucking Joe Strummer for an in-store? What do we have to do for that? The Supremes. All right, so we're coming
to the last
towards
page
the end. The Sword. It's kind of like I think like a stoner-ish band.
Tower of Power. Got Ultravox.
Ultravox with a Stephen Wilson mix. Stephen Wilson of Porcupine Tree.
Stereo mix. Towns Van Zandt. Then we got a bunch of various artist stuff.
Yeah, so kind of like compilation stuff. Dark Horse, Best of Dark Horse records. We have some jazzy stuff. Jazz Dispensary. All right. The Birth of Punk Rock in NYC. Night Clubbing. Oh, that's a DVD.
A DVD and a CD.
All right. Interesting.
Jim Ward, Half a World Away. The Weeknd.
The Weeknd, what is he doing? Dawn FM, that was his. Oh, so that's an alternative cover to his album that came out earlier this year. He's definitely one of the big names.
All right. Brian Wilson, Wolfpack.
Brian Wilson. All right, so that's the music from the documentary.
Okay. All right. And to round the list up, what's the last thing? Young Dolph.
Young Dolph.
2 LP RSD first release.
All right.
All right. So yeah, we were just kind of pointing out some of the bigger names on the list, but if there's some that we overlooked that you're excited about, drop it in the comments below.
Yeah.
And
let us know what you think. And of course, for our local customers, we'd like to point out we're not allowed to hold anything or pre-order specifically or so, but we do want your feedback. If you let us know that you want that, we can make sure it's here. We can't hold it for you. You might have to be in line on time, but at least we can make sure it's here because it's really best for us to know what you're looking for.
And as a small store, we can't order everything. We just don't have the ability to do so, but we try to get as much as possible, and the stuff that gets the most noise, so the stuff you guys comment and mention most to us, anticipate the most is the stuff that we're going to work the hardest to get. So definitely be vocal. Let us know.
Absolutely. And if you do want to make us such a big store that we will order absolutely everything next year,
just visit us.
Yeah, come here and order from us at 22soundrecords.com.
Absolutely.
You can pre-order records too, not these, but all others. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, comment, like, all those things.
22 Sound, Mandeville, Louisiana. Looking forward to Record Store Day Black Friday 2022.
Wow.
Can't wait. See you guys then.
All right, bye.